You good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Why, yes. In his search for truth and what he's about, he would definitely search the shady shops to get some type of advantage or find out some information.
That tracks. Okay. Alrighty. So you guys are headed. Keith, do you want to drop that map into?
It's already in the Facebook chat.
Okay. This is not a completed map yet, but it's what I could do with the time that I had, so my apologies.
It is also sideways, and I apologize for that.
Oh, it is also sideways. I apologize for that. I did not know it was sideways.
Sorry, where is that? I missed.
It's in the Facebook chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll open up Facebook here.
Yes. So, you are in the upper right corner in that city that's marked there. I had to think way too hard about that.
The orange one?
No. Those are places you have not been yet.
Oh, okay.
The other right.
So it's the lower right because the image is... Let me see if I can do something about that. Hang on, guys.
We're batting 1,000 today.
That's going to bug me now. Sorry.
So you are heading out of town in this strange man's cart.
Mm-hmm. we just entered the cart, right? Are we picking up like from just the moment we enter into the cart?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Good to know.
So you are in this strange man's cart who you just met, but it seemed like the place to be at the time when execution seems as though it could be imminent. Would anyone like to do a recap, or does everybody kind of know where we are?
Reagan, you can admit it that you need a recap.
Is that Jason saying that Jason needs a recap?
Well, no, I don't. I like
totally need.
She literally asked me earlier today. We were talking about. She was like, "I'm trying to remember what happened," and I started like trying to catch her up. But
no,
fair enough.
That's not what happened. Jason needs the recap. That's why he's saying that.
Sure, yeah, bring it on. My character has a low intelligence. I don't need a recap because my character might not remember what happened.
That's my excuse for daily life.
Okay.
It tracks.
If you guys would like one, I can try because I have some notes.
Go for it.
Okay. So,
from my perspective, there was a whole lot of blacksmithing, and then right at the very end, there was noise, and I looked up, and somebody was flying away.
So you shot him.
So I shot him.
That's what you do to flying people.
Natural response.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. Where's the beginning of my notes here? Okay. So Paul the gnome barbarian and Eden the bard were traveling together and have been for some time now. And they were told, well, specifically Paul was told that he should get a contract in the city above Smara.
There's a city in Smara.
Okay, sorry, rather the city in the above called, okay, there we go.
There you go.
Called Samara, in the city of Lefarian.
Mm-hmm.
He was told that he could get a job doing guard duty in the castle there. So they traveled through a planar portal, and along the way they met with a drow named Thea, who was consistently writing in her journal. They then traveled into the castle where they were to get this job. At the same time, was it Crom or Mork at the time? I don't recall. I think it was probably Crom. Jeff,
Crom
anyway.
at the time, yeah.
Yeah, was working and heard the disturbance of the rest of the party coming in, which turned out to be Paul, who was hearing voices in the hallway and decided to bust a wall.
There was a voice behind the wall that was asking for help. What was I supposed to do?
And he needed help to escape his prison. So he came down to check out what the disturbance was. I believe it actually was Thea who gave him water when he asked. So he asked for water and was given it and began to transform. Oh, that's my notes. Okay, that's fine. Let's skip that part. So Crom arrived just in time to see Koshé the Deathless escaping his shackles. A fight ensued. Hi, Crom, or Mork now.
Yeah, now you're more.
Teffin failed several perception checks to hear any of this going on.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
He kept trying to get you involved, and he just kept bombing
missing
those
it.
perceptions.
Yep.
Fight ensued. Apparently, Koshé, this wizard, was not terribly affected by most of the fighting, but just seemed tired. He decided he was done with us and went into another room. In that other room, apparently killed a bunch of guards and the reigning monarch, and took the crown prince, whose name I think I wrote down somewhere, but I don't see his name here.
Ivan. Prince
Ivan. I will actually write that in now. And he took Ivan and took off out the window. Prince Ivan and Koshé were seen by Teffin. He finally caught on to what was going on, and he shot him several times, and did not actually hit Ivan, which is good.
Was a near miss.
Then he got away. So there was nothing to do, but the royal guard shows up and begins to question us, and eventually, I don't have her name written down either. Ivan's wife or fiance?
Yeah, wife.
Wife.
In this particular case, yes.
Ivan's wife and her heavy Russian accent.
Her terrible Russian accent.
It's okay. I do understand this thing.
Yeah, but it's a great Lithorian accent, though.
Right.
That's exactly what
Yeah,
Lithorians sound
exactly.
like.
Precisely.
Like bad Russian.
Yep.
Shows up and tells us that we are to go deal with Koshé because she is now the acting ruler. And if we don't, we will be summarily executed. She called upon a wizard to bind each of us to the plane to make sure that we would continue until we were finished. A clockman named Henry bound us to the plane as best we understand, and in doing so, Crom became Mork. We were then told to meet Teffin outside, and that he would sort of act as a guide, at least temporarily, and an aid to us. And so we did so. We went outside, we met with Teffin, and I believe we ended with most of the party inside of his cart, and with Eden and Teffin up front on the, what's that seat called? The seat.
Yeah, the seat, the driver's seat.
The seat, yes.
And
He's riding shotgun.
yeah, and Eden has shoved himself as far away from Teffin as is possible, leaving space in the middle.
And off we go.
Yep.
So I'm in the back of this cart with all this crazy stuff everywhere, right?
Yes, pretty much.
I would love to rifle around and just look through all this crap.
Roll me an investigation check then.
Yep, this is going to go great.
Yep.
All right, investigation. Oh, I got a +0 to that. That would be a 6.
All right. Keith? does he find with
So,
a 6?
I mean, with a 6, nothing is locked up, but you're still having a hard time figuring out how to open things up. There is the bed at the very front, right behind the driver's seat, about dwarven size. You do see where one of the walls has tipped up, or looks like one of the walls can fold down to be like a work platform, and all of the stuff, like the work benches and the countertops, are affixed to that, so that when the wall comes up, they go with it, and they're just sort of hanging around up at the very top. There's tool cabinets at the back, some obvious blacksmithing and silversmithing and jewelry making tools, like really, really fine tweezers and screwdrivers and hammers and all kinds of stuff are sort of tucked away against one wall. Beyond that, not a whole lot else. There's what looks like a little potbelly stove that you figure can probably also double as an actual forge, and then a little light, like 30-pound anvil, sort of bolted bolted onto a table against the other wall, the wall that doesn't fold down.
Okay.
So you get the
I'm-
basic layout.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like angrily be trying to like open drawers, like not rage angry, but like obviously not figuring it out, just being like trying to. So
How solidly is this stuff nailed down, Keith?
Oh, it's solid.
Roll me a strength check.
okay, I'm good at these. That would be a 15.
Okay. So everything is pretty solidly secured, even though like not locked up or anything like that. But with a 15, I will say you managed to like pull open one of the doors that you probably shouldn't.
Okay.
So Keith, I will let you.
So you hear a crack, and the door swings open, and you realize it's got one of those little catches that if you push in, it sort of pops open.
Like
And
when you go to a
that's
door that
broken
says
now.
push, but you keep pulling it.
Yeah, so that's broken
Right.
now, and the door opens up, and you see just more tools. This is probably the blacksmithing tools, so pliers and hammers and things of that nature.
I just want to grab whatever hammer that looks like a good like weapon. Like I just want to grab it and just kind of get the weight of it, and then just put it in my belt. Like
Okay.
be
So
like, yeah,
you're
this is a weapon.
watching this like gnome with anger issues, like pulling open this thing that's very obviously just like a push in and unlatch sort of a situation, and starting to swing around the nearest hammer. So yeah, you get to see that.
And this is like a
As
dwarf size hammer, right? So
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, it's probably
for you,
like
it's big.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as oversized as your great axe is.
I mean, it's
Fair.
not a worm hammer or anything like that. It's a blacksmith's hammer. So
Yeah.
one face has got a little bit of a little bit of rounding to it. The other one is perfectly flat.
Mm-hmm.
Good
So,
heft,
yeah.
good heft to it, but
Especially
nothing,
for you because you're
but nothing
gnome.
ornate.
Okay.
Yep. And Jeff, I don't know if you're still there or not. You're muted if you are still there.
Yeah, muted and no camera.
Yeah, we can't see you. Oh, there you are. And drunk. There we go. Now unmute yourself. There
All
we
right.
go.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
There
Good.
you go.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I was emailing my character sheets to myself so that I can pull them up on my PC screen while I'm looking at you.
That's
Gotcha.
a
there you
good way
go.
to go. That's
Gotcha.
whoa. So yeah, you are also seeing all of this craziness unfold with Paul destroying one of the cabinets in this in this cart and pulling out a hammer and starting to play with it as though it's a weapon. Um, how's Mork feeling about life? What are the
Mork,
rest of you guys in the back doing that?
I'm wondering what he's handing me. What are you
Oh.
giving Mork? Hammer?
I'm throwing like crap out of the way, looking for something that I can use as a weapon. So there's probably plenty of tools on the ground at this point.
Great. So yeah, he just starts.
Hacksaws, pliers.
There's an assortment of things being kind of thrown at you, not as though he's attacking you, but just like overhead. Thump, 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 thump. Picking any of them up or do anything with any of them?
Oh yeah, yeah, we're definitely.
Well, what?
They just fall off. Oh,
Yeah,
Keith
Keith
died.
fell off the face of the planet for a
Alright.
sec.
Fell off
Yeah,
the
give me a
weapon.
second.
Oh no, you're good. Sorry, I'm still pulling stuff up on my.
No worries.
But yeah, yeah, I definitely need a hammer, I believe. And let's see.
I love how like Keith's cart just became like a one-stop shop for just weapons for us now.
Yep.
Oh no, wrong button.
Oy, sorry about that.
Is Thea doing anything with this while he's figuring out what's going on there?
Sorry, yeah.
No worries.
Somebody see what they're doing.
Thea is examining all of the the hinges and bolts that are in this cart that's holding everything together, and she's flipping through pages of her notebook. And if you look at it, you'll see drawings of carts, and she's making notes and trying to add like little drawings of what she's seeing into her pictures she already has.
Roll me an investigation check, and then I'll have you roll me a performance check with the drawing.
Okay. Investigation. Oh, it's a 1. That's the second time my first roll was a 1. So that dice
Get
is
it
gonna
out of
go
the
to
way
time
now.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting
Get
those nat ones
Get it out of the way
gone.
now, and you'll be fine.
And then you said a drawing.
Yeah. So, and because of your character, if you don't have proficiency specifically with the drawing side of performance, I'm going to let you have proficiency with that.
Okay.
So it would be a performance check, but when you're doing something that involves drawing because of what you're doing, you
I get
can
to add
take
my
your
proficiency.
proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'm drawing it very
Nope.
well.
Yep. You're able to draw a very, very good approximation of how he's held all of this together, but looking at it, you have no idea how he held all of this together. Like there is no logic to how this thing is held together and functioning. There is no kind of sense to this at all. Makes no kind of sense to you, but you drew it really, really well. So maybe you can go back and figure it out later, even if you're not in the cart. Do you have your stuff set? Keith, Jeff, Nate, all of you.
No, I do not transform from Keith to Jeff. That's a different character.
Oh, please no. God no.
Yeah, that'd be a little strange for you. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mm,
I know we're from Arkansas, but come on now.
ooh.
Roll
Well,
Tide.
Yeah.
That's Alabama. Get it right.
I wasn't gonna. If I was gonna.
No, we're Woo Pig Suey because that's so much better.
Hey,
Especially
I'm
with
originally
pigs.
Hoodat, so
Hogs.
IGI.
So what are you going for, Jeff? Are you snagging anything particular that he's tossing over his shoulder?
We're definitely grabbing. I think one of those hacksaws looks cool. So you were grabbing a hacksaw because you never
That
know when you need
tracks.
a hacksaw. Who's got rope? Because you always need rope. Is there rope?
Don't know
Is-
why
is
you
there
need it.
rope
You
in
just
there?
always need it.
Yep.
Yeah. There's probably a rope in there for something.
Yep. One stop shop.
Yep. Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm grabbing a rope.
I am
I don't
partially
need
a
anything else from the
blacksmith.
store. Let's go.
Once knew someone that didn't have rope. He died, so we need rope. Yeah. So
Hey, that logic sounds sound.
yeah.
Mm,
There
something.
we go.
Something.
So yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna grab rope and a hammer and a hacksaw.
Rope, hammer, and hacksaw.
Yep.
Add those temporarily to your inventory until Teffin
Alrighty.
decides that he's going to steal it back.
I'm gonna have to write it. So hang on.
Steal it back, or
or just like
yeah.
reclaim
Just I'm gonna knock you guys out, leave your bodies by the side of the road in the middle of somewhere, and take my stuff back.
it.
sounds
I
reasonable.
mean, at this point,
I mean,
you don't know these people very
I
well.
mean-
You could.
you have stolen from me at this point. Not that I
Yeah,
He
no,
know.
could
absolutely.
be a serial killer. We just got in his car. I mean, we didn't ask a
This
lot
is
of
true.
questions.
I'm
This
borrowing.
is true.
For record, I'm borrowing these.
I don't know if it counts as borrowing if the person you're borrowing from doesn't know.
It depends
I
on if
don't-
you give it back before they know.
Yeah, Paul doesn't really think of it as
Not-
borrowing.
or-
Paul just doesn't really think of ownership as anything other than if he wants it, he takes it. And,
Hmm.
you know,
You're a Kender, is what I'm hearing.
it's like, yeah basically, yeah.
Yup.
Oh, you mean this? I don't know how I got in my pocket.
It's like, oh, I could use this. I'm going to, yeah, this will be,
He's a scritch, but not with shiny objects.
yeah.
That's awesome. So up in the front, Teffin and Eden. Eden is muttering, kind of in a quiet, hushed voice. I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll let you describe what's going on there, and Teffin can respond accordingly.
Well, okay, I guess it would be pertinent. Does Teffin try to make any kind of conversation?
Nope.
Okay, then yeah. Eden is just sort of quietly talking. He's got a locket in his hand. And he's saying, I really didn't think we'd find him this quickly, and it's kind of convenient actually. I was planning on having to do this myself, but it seems I've got folks here to help me, so this will be good. It'll be good. How are you?
You mean me?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, how are you too?
Awkward.
I'm fine, I guess. Off on
Oh,
an
I forgot.
adventure. What's that?
I forgot my accent.
It's okay.
I forgot your accent. Too. It's
So
fine.
did I. So no big. It's like,
That is good.
yeah, it's usually good when I'm okay.
No, I'm glad you're okay. We're traveling together. This is a good thing for us.
Right.
Anyway.
I love how like Teffin's probably like, what the heck did I do to get into this situation with these weirdos?
So you
I was
were.
just selling my wares out in the outside, and what happened?
So you were in the palace yesterday, or this just a few hours ago.
Yes.
So who was that guy that flew out with the prince in his talons, claws, whatever?
It is my understanding that his name is Cochet.
Would I know Cochet at all?
You would not know the name specifically, no.
Okay. It's like, oh, okay.
He's supposed to be a wizard of some renown and is apparently bad.
Not much
He is
renown. I've
also,
never heard of him.
Well,
to
actually,
be fair,
let
you
me-
also did not hear him when he was attacking the castle, so.
yeah, perception, not the best. Roll me a history check, actually.
History.
While he's doing that,
Yeah.
would I know anything about Cochet?
roll me a history at disadvantage since you have not been really on this plane before now. Oh,
Well-
what was that, Keith?
7.
7? Nah.
Yeah, I
Nah.
got a 7 as well.
Oh, nah.
So it begins.
Indeed. Indeed. The rolling is already so great. So great.
RN Jesus is not with me today.
Nope. I feel like he might just not be with this game very much, except maybe Steven. I don't know. We'll see how he does if the last game is any indicator of this game or if it was just an anomaly. We'll see. Uh, so, any other things going on en route to the shop? Any other conversations to be had? Anything like that? Are you going to continue your line of questioning? him?
No, I pretty much got a name, so I think that was. I mean,
I would try to talk to Paul as he's like
Yeah.
rummaging and stealing things.
Do it.
Yeah. So Paul, where are you from?
Here.
Well, you were traveling into town, so you were from somewhere else,
Oh, yeah, I was from there then, but now I'm from here.
but now you're here. Okay.
Yeah.
And is your friend that you were traveling with, where is he from?
Who?
Oh,
Even
Or
wor-
you did.
The guy you were walking with.
Oh, you mean the bard fella?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
You don't talk to anybody. You just walk
I'm
and
talking to you right now.
you don't gather any information.
Why?
Because information's important.
For who?
Because I'm trying to make sure I'm not like signed up with a merry band of murderers.
Ah,
well.
okay. And then I just go back to looking through stuff again.
I draw a picture of Paul with a dunce hat on.
That makes me smile. How's Mork doing back there?
Mork's just wondering what exactly she meant by murder and if he falls into that category. Since, he's had a little bit of a rough past and, other than that, he's just being silent.
I love how murder is like a trigger word for him.
Murder? All right. So you guys ride on in this strange flurry of bizarre people. And it doesn't take you too long through Thorian to get kind of towards the outskirts of town. There aren't windows for them to look out of, Keith.
No, I
they
mean
wouldn't see it.
because the one wall becomes a floor, it doesn't have windows in it, and the other one is taken up mostly by equipment cabinets, and so yeah, there might be a window in the back door.
So you can in the back door you can kind of see through the window that the buildings are starting to space out a little bit. You're also kind of getting into a little bit more of a rundown part of town. It's still not bad, but by comparison to the city square where the castle was and the glass towers, all of these different things, just a very different kind of vibe to it. So you're beginning to slow, and Eden, you and Taffin, well, Taffin, you're going already, but
Right.
Eden, you kind of see this. There are a couple of different stores. One's a clothier. One looks like it's kind of a butchery, and then there's an alleyway in between the two. Teffin stops next to the alleyway, and you see down the alley that there is just a small sign hanging, swaying back and forth, and a very small door underneath the sign that I gave her a name and I forgot to name the place. One moment.
Paul is going to love this. He loves when doors fit him.
I'm excited now. It is called the little wooden sign. Just has kind of in. It looks like it's been etched into the wood very poorly. So like it starts out really pretty and whatnot, and then it looks like there was an accident somewhere about halfway through, and everything kind of gets jumbled together, and like part of it is burned away, and there are some weird stains that you might think could be blood, but you're not totally positive. And it says Wellwiggins Treasure Trove.
Okay.
Evan, are you sure this is where we're going?
Oh yeah.
I'll follow you.
Okay. So I tie the reins off to the wagon, and I do something complicated with the wheel brake so that it can't just you can't just hop up and take off with the wagon. And then I hop down and I go around to the back and I bang on the door and fling it open.
As
Right.
soon as he does that, I
We're
start
here.
walking out, and I literally just hand him 5 gold and say, "Your door's broke." And just keep walking.
There are tools strewn everywhere. there are a couple of things missing here and there.
Tefin, it might be advantageous to secure things in the back of your cart.
Yeah, that's like a hazard.
It's never been a problem before.
No, I meant put locks on things. Not like tie them down. I mean like put locks on them.
I know what you meant.
Oh, I'm gonna mark off that 5
and I
gold,
will
too.
wait till they're all out, and then I'll close the door and take the door handle off and stick it in my pouch.
Oh, that's cool.
That is really cool, actually. I like that.
Just to remove your door handle so nobody can get in.
And actually, as the door handle comes off, the seam between the door and the rest of the wall sort of seals up, so it becomes a single piece.
That's really nifty.
That's
I
cool.
like it. Excuse me, sorry.
I jot that down.
What?
I say I jot that down.
Really cool.
Eden is humming to himself.
And then I will lead off down towards the shop in the alley.
I'm assuming everyone follows without too much complaint.
Yeah.
Got nowhere else to
So, what's that, Jeff?
I got nowhere else to go. They were kind of my ride.
Fair enough. I mean, you're stuck with this group now, apparently.
You unlucky bastard.
If you weren't already unlucky enough, now you certainly are. Nate, your character has been kind of doing the rounds, trying to find various things, and specifically finding people with information. You got a lead that Wellwiggins might be a good place. The shopkeeper is actually notoriously nice, but also seems to have a decent hold on some of the things going on here, there, and everywhere, if you know the right questions to ask. So you're curious about this place. You're curious about the things that it might have in it, because apparently it is a massively bizarre hodgepodge of a place. And To kind of top that off and just go with the general idea of what you already expect from this place, you see a strange carnival-looking wagon parked out front of the alleyway that you've been told to go down. And you see this gaggle of weirdos, for lack of better word, exiting, a man taking the door handle from his cart, which solidifies it all into a solid piece of wood, and walking towards the same destination where you are going. So, do you do anything with this information yet, or just continue on your path?
So I'm going to study the characters, get an idea of what they're like, and as they go inside, um, after observing all the things that happen outside, questioning if they're a a little bit on the delirious side.
Well, I feel like that kind of goes without saying, but
Yeah.
roll me an investigation check anyway. Consider the setting.
Oh, that's a 3.
Nah, I mean, eh.
Oof.
Eh,
They
okay.
could be interesting. They might not be. It's anybody's guess. It's a Tuesday.
Okay. So I'm going to keep my eye on them, but I'm going to go into the shop.
Okay. For everyone else's benefit, what does your character look like?
So my character is he's very strange. Okay, he wears a long duster coat that's like kind of like leather brown with a hat on, kind of like what you see in a western type thing. But it's mostly it has to be big because he's a big guy. But for the most part, he really doesn't have that many distinguishing features. He's very dark, very shaded all over. Um, if you were to look at his face, you will notice that his eyes don't have pupils. It's just one solid, like a dark, deep blue.
Cool.
And then if you were to shake my hand, you will notice that I'm pretty much icy cold all over.
Very cool. Very
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah, you guys don't notice the icy cold stuff because you're not that close yet, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, there's a kind of strange looking fellow that Paul, you might kind of think of some of the old. I'm trying to make sure if I'm thinking right era here. Probably not. You would have read descriptions that seem vaguely similar to him. In some of the descriptions of like Western heroes, things like that,
Okay.
things that they would have eventually based some of the spaghetti westerns on, things to that effect. So the aesthetic is not foreign to you. Most of the rest of you probably would be. It's not something that you find especially familiar. You walk into this store. Well, first off, Mork, how big are you?
Eh, Well, I'm human sized
Okay.
because,
Okay.
as I recall, unless I'm mixing things up, more part of me was kind of a accident in shifting, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like the Mork size is just a little bit bigger because his features kind of stand out a little bit
Mhm.
on his face, the facial horns and things like that. So, but for the
Okay.
most part, I'm structurally, human.
Nate, how large is like what is the size of your character by comparison to like normal human standards?
As far as like gameplay goes, he's a medium-sized character, kind of like everyone else. But he would be probably about 6 feet tall and like well built.
Okay. This door is going to be fascinating for you to negotiate. I mean, you can do it, but it's going to be kind of a Winnie the Pooh sort of scenario. This is a much smaller door than what your normal shoulder width would be.
Mm.
So while
You're gonna
doable, it's going to
turn
be awkward.
sideways.
Yeah, it's going to be really awkward. You're going to have to crouch down and kind of get sideways and shuffle your way in. Um, Everybody can do it, so I'm not going to make you roll anything or anything like that. But the fellow that is coming in behind you is having considerable difficulty. Paul, you're groovy, man. You just walk right through like you own the place.
Not even concerned.
It does not look as though there should be very much space for a store here. And yet, when you come in through the door, you see a 4-story place where like you are coming in at the top, and there are kind of square donuts that go down in flights of stairs to the bottom floor. So you can kind of see straight down to the bottom floor of the shop, but every floor has just stuff all over the walls as you're going down. So you see a bizarre collection of all kinds of very, very strange. Like some things look like dark magic things, some things look like kind of normal wares that you would need for trips. There's a whole wall of herbs and things like that where you see a woman in a black pointy hat who is collecting different things and tucking them into a few different glass vials. There are things that look like novelties, like whoopee cushions and like just there's all sorts of strange stuff. There's like an entire stack of broken chairs in a corner. A really eclectic, bizarre place.
Is
You
there
can.
like a place where there's a whole bunch of spinning wheels anywhere?
I'm not sure that I. Oh, I'm trying to think if I understand this reference.
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh,
Just broken chairs, it reminded me.
oh no. No, nothing quite like that. There are a lot of broken chairs, but nothing else that quite resembles that. So yeah, you walk into this massive shop, and the woman in the pointy hat turns and greets you. She looks relatively young, probably like late 20s. A pretty lady, very long, straight black hair, just kind of normal, neutral skin tone, big smile, really friendly, very perky. Not as short as Paul, but or Teffin, but not quite as tall as most of the humans, or more humanoid height characters. And turns around and just gives you a great big beaming smile. Hello. How are you? What are you looking for? What can I do for you?
Potions and rations.
Potions and rations. Direct and to the point. I like it. She kind of takes her collection of different herbs and whatnot and kicks down. What kinds of potions are you looking for? I have potions for sleep. I have potions for health. I have potions for acne. I have potions for hair. The hair can be kind of iffy. I haven't quite worked out all the bugs yet. But yeah, what do you have any preferences?
Health.
Health potions. Health potions I can do. Okay. Give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to whip a couple of things up. George! You see like this schnauzer kind of come out from one of the corners and just kind of could you take them to the rations, please? And he kind of just like looks at you expectantly and gestures with his head for you to follow him, and then begins walking around the loops down the stairs.
I don't follow, and I look at the lady. I'm like, You know, there's like a wild animal or something in here.
Oh,
I'm just gonna reach out and put my hand on the back of his, of your shoulders and start pushing you to follow the dog.
And I will be again like 2
I can
steps
take care of the
in front.
infestation for as I'm walking. Infestation for Christ.
Is never mind. She starts to like put different things into more glass vials and starts to put liquid over the top of them. So George takes you down to 2 levels lower, and one of the interesting things about this place is when you go down the stairs, all of the shelves and everything just go with you. So it looks kind of like a whole weird corkscrew of a place the whole time, and things kind of stack up on top of each other in the shelves that aren't straight, and it's a big mess of stuff. But you're able to find, with George's help, he kind of when you get there, there's an entire wall of rations. There are jerkies, there are like canned goods, there are all of these different things. There are also these things that look strikingly like MREs. Like old school MREs. Paul, roll me a wisdom save.
Don't do it.
It's a 3.
You are sure that you see a face coming from in between in this little dark crevice that was created by this tilted shelf, like having all of these different things poured into the shelf and then a bunch of stuff falling on top of it. You see a face. You are familiar with that face and you are terrified of it. So you are very motivated to turn and run away or attack it, one or the other.
Okay, I'm gonna grab I'm gonna take the blacksmith hammer that I got, and I'm just gonna throw it full force.
Hey, that's
I'm
mine.
not even gonna look if it hits. I'm just gonna throw it full force, and then I'm gonna turn and find some sort of area like a trench-like spot for me to kind of get behind. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Can I like grab the hammer before it leaves his hand?
Okay. You roll me. How do I want to do this?
I haven't hidden it. I'm not like I wasn't like actively trying to hide it that I had it. I was just it literally was in my belt, so it wouldn't be out of the realm that he would notice that I have the hammer.
Roll me. Okay. You roll me your attack roll at disadvantage because you are not aiming. You roll me
natural 1.
Keith, roll me a dex save.
I would like to remind everyone that there are numbers above 10.
Are you
So
sure?
Do you need anything above 10?
Sure.
So a dex save?
Yeah, so you don't get hit in the head with a hammer when I fling it behind me into your face, apparently.
Dex save is going to be a 16.
Okay. So now I would like you to roll me an acrobatics check to see if you can snatch it out of the air, since we have confirmed that you won't be getting slapped in the face with it.
14.
14.
Those are above 10. Well done, Keith.
Those are above 10. I kind of feel like that has to be at least some kind of rewarded.
Yeah, Keith's our high roller today.
Yeah. Man, guys, man. So you stick your hand out there to try and stop it before it goes sailing away from him. You don't catch it, but you do like see you redirect it so that it kind of flops in the air and redirects itself towards the ground, and you just hear the hammer just funk, onto the ground. It kind of breaks through a floorboard a little bit. Doesn't go all the way through, but there's definitely like this hammer sticking straight out of it now.
I'm going to reach down and grab my hammer and tuck it into my belt.
There you go.
I'm kind of
So
under my robes to make
And-
sure that he doesn't notice that I have, also have some equipment.
and as I'm sticking it onto my belt, it sort of melds into the belt and disappears.
well, that's cool. Jeff, roll me a sleight of hand check, or roll me a sleight of hand check since you're checking this to see
Mhm.
how you're.
Which one is that?
It's
D20?
in.
Sleight of hand is based on your dex.
Yeah, so it's in your skills box there towards the bottom. Those on all of mine, they're arranged alphabetically. So unless we gave you a bizarre one, it's at the end of your skill.
You
checks
should
there.
have a +1 in either case. So
On dexterity, yeah. I wasn't sure which die to roll is what I was saying.
Oh, it's always
D20.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. And +1, so wow, a 5. I'm not very,
Oh my gosh.
My passive perception is a 15.
Oh yeah, you might not have noticed, except he started like actively opening up robes and going, "Is that still there? Is that still there?" Yeah,
That
totally.
sounds
So
right.
what all did you pick up? You picked up a hacksaw and what else?
Like 50
I have a
feet of rope.
It's like rope and a hammer.
And a hammer.
Okay. Can I make a sleight of hand check to lift those off of him, please?
Sure. Jeff, roll me perception.
Meanwhile, Eden is going over, strumming on the little box in his arm, and singing, sort of walking over by Paul.
What adjustments do I make on a perception roll or anything?
Perception is wisdom.
Okay,
Yeah.
so -1. I'm not wise.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, gotta clear it. Hang on. I had a wise moment. It was an 11.
I rolled a 12.
You don't notice, Jeff. You get lighter a little bit, but you don't know why. You're
Yoink,
just suddenly.
yoink, yoink.
It's
Take those
amazing how
back.
much 50 feet of rope freaking weighs, but all of a sudden you've like lost an entire human's worth of weight. Not
so much
sure
lighter.
how.
And I'm gonna hang those. I'm gonna hang those across my shoulder, or I'm gonna hang the rope across my shoulder, and it sort of sinks into my clothes, and put the hacksaw on my back, and it sort of sinks in, and the other hammer goes on the other side, and it kind of sinks in.
That's all kinds of special.
Venom.
So,
Wait.
Jason, Paul, the nearest thing that he had access to wouldn't be exactly trench light, but there was a series of tables at the end of that downward slope with the stairs that could be turned over for cover.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you're going for full-on trench type something or another, you'd probably have to drop to the bottom floor. So
Okay.
I will let you decide.
I'll probably look for cover for the first. It's probably push those tables and get behind the table. And then I'll begin like looking through like my bag for a mask that doesn't exist, just out of a reaction.
Mm-hmm. So with the song, are you just playing that like more flavor, or is that a spell that you are casting to calm him?
Not a spell necessarily, no.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
Okay. Расцветали яблони круши, поплыли туманы над рекой. Performance, huh? +8.
Fantastic.
So that's 12.
You can kind of sort of hear something that sounds not evil pushing through this vision that you are having, and it's kind of nice, but it's not quite enough either. You're pretty you're pretty convinced that there's something about to pop out of that shelf at you. So yeah, you are now under the cover of the. There are there are all of these little sculptures that had been sitting there, like different ivory sculptures, glass sculptures, different things like that, that have just gone all over the floor. Some of them have managed to go past the edge of the little square, and you hear them crashing over the side and going down to the bottom floor through the opening. It's it's a big mess.
I grab my axe, but I'm not holding it how you would expect me to be holding an axe. Like I'm holding it where the hand. Yeah. So, and I'm
So
just
yeah.
I'm sat back against the back of the table, taking a moment just to kind of like get ready.
You you don't notice it, but the rest of you that are in that general area, you hear this little. It sounds like a chime, and the lady with the pointy hat just appears with the chime pretty close by to you. I heard a crash. Is there a problem? Is everything okay? Can I be helpful?
Get down! Get down now! What are you doing?
She let me try that again. she goes sprawling onto the floor and just like crashes down onto it, trying to hide from whatever this thing is that is apparently attacking in the store. So so now there is a Paul behind two tables with his axe held up in some way that makes very much no sense to any of you. And a witch just sprawled out on the floor, like covering her head, trying to look to see what the threat is that she's being protected from.
I grab her shoulder and I like, just follow me. When I say go, keep your head down and just follow me, okay?
Roll me either persuasion or intimidation. I'll take either.
Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a 19 for intimidation.
Oh yeah, she is convinced that you know what you're talking about, and she should be. It's like okay.
This is probably going to end poorly, but I'm going to cast this person.
I don't know if you want me to like go in an initiative at this point or what, but yeah.
Look,
so I'm full on in like.
What?
So what are you casting, Eden?
Cold person.
On Paul, I assume.
Right.
Yeah. So what save is that?
Let's see. Wisdom save.
That's an 8.
So you are.
I say ready now, and I go to start running, and that's like, and all of a sudden I get frozen.
And she's like feels you freeze, and you have hold of her shoulder, right?
I would say like not like aggressively grabbing like arm to like get her up to be like let's now let's move. So I would say I like helped get her up as we're moving to run. So
gotcha.
So does this happen often? I'm going to direct the question to Steven's character, to Eaton. Yeah.
Occasionally. It's not terribly uncommon, but it seems to have happened more in the recent past than in the distant past.
Huh.
You should have seen the wall.
So I'm gonna reach. So I'm gonna reach down to his shoulder again, and I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
Oh crap! You just took. I think that wipes cold person.
Well, So it does. So I touch a creature and it ends 1 disease or 1 condition affecting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
And he is currently paralyzed by my spell, but that'll go away.
Yeah.
So if there's anything else going on with him,
So we run down the stairs.
Yep. Yes, you do.
I'm dragging her down the stairs with me. Keep her head down. Keep her head down.
Okay.
You know, I was gonna keep him there, but
oh,
that works, I suppose.
okay. I was trying to maybe clear his mind up a little bit. Apparently that didn't work. I will know that for in the future.
None of
Yeah,
those
it's
actual
okay.
conditions applied.
Yeah.
It was a good thought, though.
Is there like a banister?
Yeah. There's a guardrail banister there.
Okay, so Eden is gonna sit down on that and keep playing as he goes, and he's going to slide down towards them.
Roll me in acrobatics.
Oh, good, another roll that I can fail. Let's do
Yeah, I mean,
At this
they're
point, does
four
Nate's
corners.
character go like, "No, I'm good," and just leave the store?
this. Acrobatics.
So with the 19 perception
Um,
up top, can I see this whole thing going on?
Oh yeah. It wouldn't have taken
I'm
me
just standing at
19.
I'm just sitting at the top of the stairs, just looking at the whole thing play out downstairs.
Guys, I'm sorry. One bad wisdom saving throw, and this whole game's gone off the rails.
I love it.
So acrobatics is a 19.
Okay, yeah. So you straight up like, is that a Mary Poppins thing? Yeah. You straight up like Mary Poppins your way down the stairs, playing the whole way. And you're playing what now? What did you?
Well, actually, it's a song called Katyusha.
Very nice. I assume. I don't know what it is, but
I'll sing it for you sometime.
fabulous. And is this a cast or you're just?
No, I'm just
you're
playing.
trying to
I'll
play it?
cast when he's close enough again, but
Roll me your performance again.
16 plus 8 is 24.
Oh, okay, that's a really good one. You hear something that you can identify as being out of place. You can hear this really beautiful kind of like Hungarian minor mode sort of a musical piece being plucked out in something that sounds very kind of bell-like, kind of in my brain it's almost like a mix between a bell and a harp. Them. Oh, hey baby. Hi Georgia.
Sorry,
You
trying to spit up here. Saying good night.
Good night, baby.
Good night, baby.
Like, Dad has his headphones in, so she
Don't
can't
know
hear us.
what we're waving at.
Bye. I love you.
It's like, look at all these people, strangers.
Oh my gosh, Jeff, she looks so much like you. It's just creepy, man.
Yeah.
So cute. Hey, sweetie.
So, Nate, Haley
Yeah.
just wanted me to let you know that, man, you've got a lot of gray hair.
Oh.
Oh, wisdom.
Oh.
Okay, she's also pointing that out because she's the one that's like, y'all look just alike, and she basically makes fun of me because it's going really gray. So that's where that came from.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
Yep. At least I'm not
all going
alone.
gray in the beard.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all still have hair, so
Yep.
I didn't this summer, so
Yes, but it grew back. I'm afraid
Yes.
to shave mine.
Just in case it won't come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen you with a shaved head. You shouldn't
I
shave
did
your
this
head.
a second ago, like just not even thinking about it on the camera. I went, ooh. You know?
You're all very handsome gentlemen.
Thanks. Our egos are needing it. So
I think you're beautiful, just the way you are, whether it's bald or gray or whatever.
it's
You
basically those two choices at this point.
Yeah. At this
Majority
point,
of us,
at this
I think.
point. Yeah. I hadn't realized though, like I know that Nate looks a whole lot more like Jeff's sibling than I do, but I feel like it's a whole lot more obvious when it's like this, where you can just like look down and look up and you're like, oh, two of these things are very similar. That's fine. That's fine.
I just identify both of y'all as my siblings, so you know.
I think it's pretty fair at this point.
I mean, I would
Pretty
group the three of y'all together.
Yeah, I'll take that. I reckon I'll keep both of you, I suppose.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a doppelganger, you know, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. At least you got a cute guy. So
Sure. I'm gonna keep going now.
okay.
So, wisdom saving throw on my end.
Yeah.
I'm walking down the stairs towards where they are.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you with Steven's performance, take advantage on your wisdom resave.
Okay, that's a 16 with
That's
advantage.
better. Yeah. So you hear this beautiful song cut through the mire of what's happening in your brain, and you can tell that there's something disjunct that's happening, and that something is not meshing. One of these things is not reality, and
Okay.
that jolt starts to kind of bring your vision back to where you are currently, and you have a you have a witch like army crawling down the floor, in a cold panic as she's looking around, still trying to figure out where the problem is.
Man, I'm not going to be able to buy any of these health potions. She's going to be so pissed off with me.
Miss, I think you can stand up now. I think it is all right.
What was it?
We're all looking at Paul at this point.
That is a good question. I think he
Still
saved your
looking
life,
at-
however.
You saved my life? From what, though?
Did
And
I?
she just like wraps you in a giant hug.
I'm like, all right, that's good now.
I'm sorry. She lets go and kind of stands back a little bit.
So, potions.
Potions. I'm sorry. I was very distracted for a moment. Yeah.
1 second, and she starts running back up the stairs. A few minutes later, she comes back down, and she's got like about 6 different potions in her hands.
I can have more done in a bit if you need. I'm not totally sure. I probably should have asked how many you wanted. I'm sorry.
What's the cost?
So these would be.
Where'd it go? I moved my book and the page. I'm just going to look it up on my phone real quick. A lot of things, you guys all have been here long enough at this point. So let me make sure I'm telling the truth with all of you. Yes. You guys have been here long enough to know that bartering is also a very functional system here. Health potion cost.
Usually they're 50 gold pieces for a regular potion of healing, if that helps.
Okay, yeah. So for hers, they are marked at 35 gold pieces each. But you again also know that like bartering is definitely an option that is popular here. So if you have something else that you would like to offer, she would probably be willing to negotiate with you. But that is where they are currently marked.
To be fair, I'm pretty dumb, so I don't really know value of those things. So I feel like I would probably just dump like my coins out and just be like, I need health potions and rations, and here's what I have, and just kind of leave it at that.
Fair enough. How much did you end up with as far as your?
Well, after the mercenary stuff, I have 495 gold right now. So I'd just dump out a bunch of coins.
All right then.
We'll say 100 gold.
Okay, cool. So do you want all of this? You need rations and you need potions. Do you want more rations than potions? Do you want how do you want me to divide this for you?
I look at Eden. What's divide?
That means, how would you like to split it? Do you want more potions, or do you want more food?
Oh, food always.
Okay, so let's do then 2 health potions, and then I will fill the rest out as rations, and there will be a lot of food.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes, Miss. It is my understanding that we are in the process of chasing after a wizard of some power. Do you have anything that would perhaps help us with subduing and/or removing from life this person?
Well, that would depend on what kind of power this wizard is renowned to have. What is he? Do you
A
know?
wizard?
Well, yes, but does he specialize in any particular sort of magic, or does he have spells that you know for sure he uses a lot? Does he?
He can fly, and his name is Koshe the Deathless. More than that, I do not know.
What? His name is what?
Koshe?
Kosher. He said it already. Kosher. Come on.
Those
He's
are
been
two.
blessed by rabbis.
An eyebrow goes up. What's a rabbi?
Not important. Koshe the Deathless.
I think that's really bad. I don't know that I have anything currently that would be quite powerful enough. However, I could probably be on the hunt for some things, and I might be able to help with communication, because communication, he likes to separate people. I know that. So
Wait,
I have. Oh,
what do you mean by separate?
well, it's not really.
It's like divide.
Yeah, it's like divide.
Oh, so it's like more food and less health.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really like you guys.
Not too great.
She scratches her head.
something.
Wait, what?
Danny, I can hear you from the other room.
Danny,
but
we
can't
lost
hear
you.
over the speaker.
He's frozen.
Whoops.
Hang on. How many of you guys are in the same house?
4 of us.
4? Yeah.
That's what I was. All right.
Guys are trying to share that bandwidth.
Yeah.
Bandwidth should not be a problem.
Fair enough. It shouldn't be a problem in my house, but for some reason it seems to be sometimes.
It is always a problem at my house.
By the way, Reagan, thank you so much for changing my name.
Did I change your name?
It wasn't her.
Someone did. I didn't do it.
I don't know how to do that.
It wasn't her.
Oh, did you do it? Nice.
Since we're on my server, I can change your
that's
name.
fair. Okay, I thought Reagan.
So I thought you did that to yourself.
I'm not as nice to myself if I change my name. I put something way worse on there.
So, did you change me to Mrs. Robinson?
It wasn't. That one wasn't me. That one was. Yeah, somebody else.
I am currently logged in as my wife, so let's not change my name if I can ask that.
I feel like it's the perfect opportunity to change your name, Stephen.
That's not wrong.
We'll just change it to something incredibly complimentary. So when she gets on later, she'll just be like, "Oh, well, how nice," and then we'll change yours to something terrible. It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
Okay. So where did I cut out on you guys? Because there's definitely a delay on my computer.
Yeah, your video is currently frozen, actually.
Yeah, it was somewhere along the lines when you right after we were talking about him being able to separate us.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to cut my video and see if maybe that will do a little bit better for me.
And we lost your sound as well.
Gosh, dang it.
Oh, there you
No,
are.
you're back.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Still there. You just weren't
Okay.
talking.
We'll see how this goes. Okay. So your okay, the message thing. Okay. So sorry, I had to recollect my thoughts there. So she looks at Mork kind of confused at everyone else's confusion over the idea of division and separating and things to that effect. She kind of scratches her head for a moment and then shakes it. And he likes to be able to deal with people one at a time, because usually one at a time people can't actually defeat him. So he likes to separate people, and not being able to communicate with each other tends to be a problem. I do have something that would help with that. Let's see. What else do I have? I have some traps and some trinkets, and let's see. I have a few things. I don't know if they would be useful or not, but I have some dust of dryness. I have some poisons. I have Well, a ring of swimming would probably not be useful. There are only a couple of places here that require that.
Say dust of dryness.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
She nods.
It's talcum powder.
I food
Oh,
an
nice.
apothecary.
It's our version of the cinnamon challenge.
Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, well, that kind of goes back to the water thing. I do have a folding boat. What else do I have? I have a potion of mind reading. What else do I have? Oh, I've got speed. That's a thing. I feel like that explains a lot.
Sold.
Have some doped blood too if it makes a
Now
difference.
we just need some downers to balance us out.
Oh, downers. Let me see what I have.
That's a potion of slowness.
I feel like that's not something you should have in potion form.
You're probably right. I tend to experiment a little bit, and sometimes they're not the best. She kind of looks guilty as she trails off.
I think we'll take it all.
Is that why our health potions only cost 35 gold each?
She blushes
Because there's a
little bit.
percentage chance they're not going to.
She blushes a little bit, and she's like,
Well, actually, about that, there is a possibility it will heal. It will definitely heal, but there could be some side effects to it.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I tend to not be the luckiest.
So Mork's a little, a little worried. here because
Probably should be.
we have some defined side effects.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but every now and then I get back a complaint that while the potion of healing worked and the person was fully healed, something else strange will happen. The most extreme case of this, the person turned into a chicken for 5 minutes.
Not a potted plant.
Not yet, although I have had something else come back with that particular result. Did you talk to him? Oh, bad reviews. These Yelp reviews are killing me, man.
There was a man that had horns that mentioned something about this.
About a potted plant? Man that had horns. Man that had horns. Okay, DM Denny is like struggling here.
Claudius had that issue once.
Oh, he did, didn't he? I forgot. That makes me happy.
So, Danny, quick question for you. So I wrote down that I got 2 healing potions. Do I need to put something on here to like let me know that there's a risk in taking these?
You probably should just star those. I have if you use
healing potions.
Yeah, if you if you use one of the starred ones from your inventory, let me know because that is going to end up being a percentile roll for you.
Okay.
It will heal you. It will definitely heal you like a normal healing potion. There might just also be some interesting side effects.
I'm all about it. I'm excited.
I believe I will take the dust of dryness from you.
Dust of dryness, perfect. Now that is different than the dust of sneezing and choking. But I could combine them together if you wanted.
No, just the dust of dryness.
Okay, dust.
We just take everything that you have mentioned.
Okay. Okay, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Give me a moment. Okay. So, let's see here.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
So that's a lot. That's how much do you have?
How much do you want?
How much do you
Okay.
want for it?
So let's see. All the stuff that I mentioned, we've got dust of dryness.
I have
Dust-
15 gold.
Dust of sneezing and choking. Dust or potion of speed, or just speed. She doesn't give you a potion of speed. She just gives you speed.
That's fine.
But it's a potion of slowness. What else did I say? Let's see here.
Well, there was the bolt. There's the boat too.
Folding boat. Folding boat. I'm writing all of this down for my own uses later too.
Oh no, sorry, you said a ring of swimming rather.
Oh yeah, ring of swimming.
Do you throw the boat in the ring of swimming?
I mean, you could. I don't know that it would work out very well, but
Would the boat then propel itself if it was in the ring of swimming?
Perhaps. That's kind of cool, actually. And now I want to think of a mechanic for how to make those two things work together. So, did I say potion of mind reading, or was that one I just thought of?
Yes, you did say potion of mind reading.
Potion of mind reading.
And then something to help with us being able to speak to each other as well. You never mentioned what it was, just you had some.
So I have this set of jewelry, and you guys would have to decide who was gonna get what, though. So one of them is a ring, and one of them is a bracelet, and there are 2 matching earrings. And let's see, how many of these do I have to have? 4. One is a nose ring, and then I believe we also have where's this other one? I know I've got it over here. She's kind of like shuffling through all of these things kind of at the backs of shelves and all of that. And this this one's. I mean, you could put this a multitude of places in a piercing, I suppose. But it's a bit big to be an ear piercing, so you're gonna have to be creative.
They make their way from the Sword Coast.
I got this.
It's a belly button piercing, guys.
Sure it is.
Yeah. You know, belly button, nipple.
I need somebody in the party to have the nipple communication ring.
A Prince Albert.
So pretty much their message. It gives you the ability to message each other. Yeah. You can have a Prince Albert message ring. Whatever you prefer. So yeah, there's a set of 6 message devices that would connect all of you together. She kind of like
And
blushes as she
how
opens.
much?
Oh, sorry. So for all of these things, let's see. The message ones are, and
Butt
carry.
plug of message.
What was that?
Nothing.
Butt plug of message. There you go.
There it is.
There you go. Okay. She says,
Thank you, Steven.
most of these are pretty expensive items. I would say probably, especially with the message rings attached, it would probably end up being. I could discount it down to 3,000.
I got 15.
How much could you knock off if I kill that animal I have?
George?
I think what he meant to say was he was wondering, since he saved your life earlier, if that might also play into the price.
her eyes get big at that, and she's like,
Oh, that's right. You did save my life earlier, didn't you? You know what? Between that and the fact that you are trying to go after Koshé,
because I mean, she doesn't realize that you also let him out.
Small detail.
Small detail.
could I knock it down to 2? Would that be something that you would be able to do?
I don't know how much gold any of you guys have, but like I feel like I might have more than most of you, and I've only got 395 gold right now.
I slap 2 gold pieces in your hand and say sold.
Thank you. She looks at it and she just looks back at you. I meant 1,000, but we can work something out. What do you have? Do you have anything of value that maybe, like, if you wanted to use some of these and bring them back, depending
He took
on
them back.
you took them back.
So the little glass figurines or whatever that got knocked off, they broke, right? Or some of them
The
did.
glass ones, yeah. The glass ones, yeah. The ones that were carved out of stone didn't. They just went everywhere.
I can maybe fix some of these glass pieces that got broken by my compatriot.
Oh, okay. That would be helpful too. Yeah, I could knock some off of that.
I could leave you with a song and some of my magic.
Oh, I would like that. I like collecting magic things.
Her eyes are just kind of like big and sparkly. She's very excited about this.
What would you leave me with? I would love that.
So he's going to cast invisibility on her.
She's like, okay. She's still standing there waiting because she's not seeing herself. So.
She doesn't realize she's invisible.
Take a look at your right hand. No, look at your right hand.
You took my hand. I need that.
No. Look at your left hand.
If you ever want to be here again, you're going to give us all this stuff, man.
So I'm just going to go start gathering up all of the glass pieces that I can find.
Like,
If you
oh,
have some time and you can tell me maybe some components that you're needing for spells or to enchant items, I have these very interesting paints that I can paint objects and they become real. So I could paint
oh,
you some flowers if you could show me a picture of it.
that would be very useful.
Okay.
My arms will come back, right?
Your arms are there. Look at your feet.
She's a little high strung. The funny thing is, she actually does have the invisibility spell, so she knows how this works. She's just not putting two and two together right now.
She's had a lot. There's been a lot happening in a very short pace of time for her.
It's been a very, very strange day at the office for her.
Yeah.
So she looks at the.
I think, if I can get you to paint some of the more rare components that I could use for a few things, and if he could work on the glass bits, how about some of those components can be quite expensive. I think that maybe I could knock that down to 500 for you. Quite a bit.
I have some jerky too, and I pull out like jerky that I literally just bought because that's what I got.
I feel like you might need that more than I do. But thank you. You're very generous. Yeah, you're very generous.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to gather up some of the little glass figurines, and I'm going to find a spot in the corner, and I'm going to pull out my glass blower's tools and start mending on them and fixing them. Also using the mending cantrip as I go, so a little bit of both actual work and the magic spell as well.
Very cool.
Two of the pieces that I fix for her, I'm also going to imbue with magical properties. Those two pieces are going to shed dim light within a 5-foot radius now.
Very cool. She has nightlights. She didn't have nightlights before.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So, yeah, artificers.
Yeah, artificers.
So she looks at that.
Oh, you're one of those types of people. I could use you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah.
Does Eden actually do that?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately, no.
Uh-oh.
But Eden is currently, he's opening up this big bandolier that goes across his chest, and he's found a table nearby, and he's sort of laying out these bells in order from biggest to smallest.
Okay. Are you doing anything specific with that, or are you just...
Well, he promised a song and some magic, so...
Oh, perfect. So, magic fulfilled. Working on the song part. We lost our limey bastard.
No, I'm still here. I just switched to my phone because I'm going to make tea, but I didn't want to miss the hilarity.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Fabulous. I was making sure. Good deal. So yeah, she kind of looks to you. Yeah, I think I could definitely, if you can manage 500, I could definitely do this, because with some of the things that he might be able to do and some of the things that she might be able to come up with for me. Hello. I think this would be excellent.
Could I also, and you've been very generous and we appreciate that. I could also use some transcription ink if you have any of that.
Transcription ink. I do.
She kind of, you hear this, and she just goes racing up, her little invisible self. The feet get farther away. She's still invisible. So you see this box from the top of a shelf, a floor up, come down on its own, it looks like. And there's just like a ton of parchment and ink and quills and all of this different writing material. And she pulls out a thing of ink. So there is a floating thing of ink, and she floats the box back up onto the shelf, and this ink floats back down the stairs towards you.
Take it and say thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Yeah, so the transcription ink, and I'm gonna just throw that in. I think you guys are being really good to me, and yeah, I can come up with a list of things for you.
Absolutely. You are so kind. And we will be sure as we go on our journey to tell everyone that they need to come to your shop because you have everything that they need.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Some people are really, really excited when they find me. Some people complain loudly sometimes.
We'll
But
hurt those people.
I'm a little unlucky, so I kind of get it. You don't have to hurt them. Maybe just make them quieter.
Easily done.
Yeah, is there anything else? I can start putting a list together for you, and I will go and get all of these things for you. Anything other than that?
I'm good.
I think so.
What was that, Jeff?
What?
So do I get my 2 gold back? Like, what happened?
Do you want the 2 gold to be part of the 500? She lifts an eyebrow that you don't see.
So I'm gonna pull. I am gonna pull out 100 gold and lay it on the counter for
That's
her.
really
Can also put in 100 gold.
Awesome.
And I know he put in 100 gold.
Oh, I will put in 200.
Perfect. Wonderful.
is
Thank you.
Everything that I have.
Well, you might have the opportunity to make more along the way. It's fine.
I'm just like eating my jerky and not even really paying attention.
that works. So you hear her footsteps, and she calls out to George too.
George, I need dust of sneezing and speed. And if you can get maybe the potion of mind reading too.
And you hear this little and he shuffles off. So she goes and brings a bunch of other things, including actually 2 more of the healing potions. So you can divide as you would like to: the dust of dryness, the dust of sneezing and coughing. I just have speed written now.
I shall take the
potion.
dust of dryness.
Paul literally takes nothing. He just eating his jerky. He doesn't even care.
So, dust of sneezing, anyone?
If nobody else actively moves to take it, Eden will just slide it into his bag.
Okay. Speed? Who wants
Again,
speed?
if nobody else moves for it, it will just go in anything that nobody immediately takes, Eden will just push into his bag.
I mean, you are the bard, so let's be fair. If anybody's going to be taking the speed,
Every day.
Is that like a haste spell or a haste potion?
Yeah, I think the potion of speed is essentially just a potion that gives you the haste spell.
Okay.
And then and all of these are from the DM, so you can look them up real easy to get the specifics. Potion of slowness, that one is not in the DMG, but it kind of does the opposite. It's pretty obvious.
Folding boat?
That's
She just
like
starts-
legit. Do we have a bag of holding?
Yep.
One of you does. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everything just goes in the bag.
Yep.
Ring of swimming? Anyone specific? Anybody afraid of water? Maybe I don't know. Okay, she just
I already
keeps
know how to
standing.
swim.
You look like you would. You look like you would. Potion of mind reading?
I would like that if nobody else wants it.
I kind of thought you might like that. I was going to send it to you if nobody else wanted it.
Oh.
And here is your message jewelry. I can also offer piercing services if anyone needs anything pierced.
I'm going to take the bracelet and slip it on.
The nose ring. Would you mind putting it on for me?
Oh, okay. So she pretty much just takes a little a pin and has a little gummy thing going on because you don't have piercings, I assume, right?
Nope.
Okay. You kind of see this pin floating towards you, and it gets bright hot red for a moment. But then it cools off. It cools off. It's just like her sterilizing it pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just feel this pressure and then this quick prick, and barely even hurts, just a quick little prick, and then she feeds the thing through. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you can't pick your friend's nose.
I like you too.
You can't tell, but she's smiling. Let's see. So there's the ring, there's the necklace. I'm gonna let you guys sort out who gets what and where.
I'll take the necklace.
So bracelet, necklace, and nose ring have been spoken for.
I'm still on the staircase, like one level up, just laughing.
Oh, that's right. So it's going to seem like there's an extra. You realize what this means, Nate. You're going to end up with the Prince Albert.
I like.
You're a part of the group yet.
I elbow Mork and I point to the dog, George, right?
Yeah.
And I say, "Looks like there's a lot of good meat on that. Maybe we should probably just take it off our hands for free. You think?"
I will telepathically communicate to Paul, "Don't touch the dog."
What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
I'm hearing shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
Who did that last
I
game?
love it so
Someone
much.
telepathically did something to me the last game.
That was me.
Was you?
Oh, right.
That's right.
Oh god, I love you people. You're just fabulous. So yeah, she's gonna turn to Mork and Paul.
Like, do you need me to pierce your ears to use this, or are you gonna do it yourself?
Wait, what? For what?
For the message earrings.
I look at Mork really confused because I literally paid no attention to like the whole conversation everybody had about the earrings.
She wants to know if you want this pierced into your ear so that you do not get divided in.
Oh yeah, the dividing thing. I don't like that. Sure. Yeah.
I was about to say she looks at you and lifts an eyebrow and then just goes with it, but you can't. You don't know.
Yeah, this is the
you-
thing about the more food than health potions, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, do it. Do what you
Sure.
got to do.
So the pin goes red hot for a second again and cools back down, and you just feel this little pressure against your ear, and it goes "Phoop," and she feeds the earring in right behind it. So barely feel even a pinch. Like she does pretty good piercing work, it turns out, which might be really beneficial to Nate's character in a second. And
Mr. Mork, I think I heard them call you. Same for you.
Wait, which piercing am I getting?
The
the
nipple
ear.
piercing.
No.
Whichever one you want.
Yeah. Unless you want the nipple piercing, she assumed you wanted the ear, but
Hmm.
if you're in favor of the nipple piercing, you can have
For
it.
me, it depends.
On what?
I want the other one.
Evil. I like it.
Hey. And where?
This side.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. This one will sting a little bit more. But we'll still be quick about it. Okay?
Okay.
You see like a slightly larger gauge needle come out and get red hot and kind of cool back down, and you totally, yeah, it stings for a sec, but it is immediately followed by the nipple ring of communication.
Oof.
I'm dying. D&D at its best right here.
So like little Star
Yeah.
Trek deal, like
Yep. You just tap your nipple and it works. Oh, my brain hurts.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, does that mean we can activate it by like purple nurpling you?
Yes, please. Oh.
Names, however, I think nobody's gonna worry about.
Oh. Well, at this point, like he got the bigger of the rings, so now Nate can have the ear piercing one if he wants. So I mean, unless he just wants to have it go someplace unfortunate, but I guess he should probably have a reason first, huh?
Yeah.
I guess you should actually be interested in these people a little more. Let's see about that, shall we? So you've been watching this whole bizarre catastrophe below you happen. Um, what
With
what
the
are you
invisible
doing with
needle.
all of this? Yeah. What are you doing with all of this strangeness that's occurring beneath you?
So I overheard that they're going to go see a wizard. Is he somebody I'd be interested in as well?
You heard that they are trying to recapture a wizard, and you would probably roll me a history with advantage on this one.
History. 17.
Yeah, you would be familiar with Koche the Deathless.
Okay.
And that seems like a pretty, really terrible thing to have out loose in the world. And with your, shall we say, insecurities, I feel like you would feel motivated to probably assist in effort to prove your good, prove your worth.
Gotcha.
So there would be a certain amount of drive there when you heard that Koche is out. That you would have a definite motivation to want to set that right. Aside from which, there would be a tie to your home plane.
Dang it.
So, excuse me. So, with what you know of your upper plane and the connection of death there, you have interest invested in keeping this from being a thing.
Okay. So I'm going to casually walk down, and I will approach Keith's character. Keith, what's your name?
Teffin.
Teffin. I will approach Teffin because he probably seems the most logical and sane person.
That's fair.
As you approach Teffin, you brush past this invisible thing, and all of a sudden you hear this. Oh no! I didn't hear you come in. I'm so sorry. Can I help you? What do I need to do for you?
So for her, I'm going to hand her a list of components I'm going to need.
The list
And it-
floats in the air for a moment, and then just like pitter pats away. Continue.
Thank you. Excuse me, sir. I couldn't help overhear you in pursuit of a wizard.
Apparently, yes.
Um, I am familiar with this particular individual, and I know that he is bad news for everyone.
Okay.
So I'm asking, would my assistance be helpful in this?
Yes.
No, go
So,
away.
yes, yeah. We couldn't always use more assistance.
Like insight check.
I just
Go
look
for
over
it.
to the
No,
to the
I don't
gnome.
know. Me?
Oh.
Insight check anybody? Are you kidding me?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, that's a 3.
I trust him implicitly.
Yep, you are the most trustworthy person in the
This
world.
is some great jerky, let me tell you.
There's speed on the jerky.
Why are you eating the jerky now? We're not even on the road.
Hungry.
So, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pyron, and I happen to be a local native to this area. Well, not from this particular area, but from around here.
Oh. You may call me Teffin. And actually, I didn't get the rest of their names.
Well, then I shall ask them when I see them.
I mean, they're close by.
Yes.
You've
Well,
seen them.
Well,
now.
but yeah.
Introduce ourselves at all.
Nope.
So yeah, there are a whole bunch of people below Teffin that are there to be spoken to if you would like to. You do see. How long does invisibility last? I forget.
Like an
Quite a
hour.
while.
Yeah, it's
And I had to upcast it. So,
Oh.
oh no, I guess yeah, I just only targeted one though. But yeah, it is for 1
It
hour.
should be an hour.
So it should be an hour, yeah.
Yeah. So you're still seeing like little invisible things floating off of shelves and stuff rearranging around you. Kind of it's cute, especially accompanied by the little pitter patter of adorable witch feet and Schnauzer huffing grumpily behind her.
Okay. I'm going to go to Steven's character. What's your character's name again?
Eden.
Eden.
So he's
I'm
just
gonna-
busy arranging his bells. He's wearing gloves and has a soft cloth, sort of polishing them a little bit as he's going through each one.
Okay. I'm going to walk up. So, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I've talked to your companion, Teffin, and I have offered my assistance in helping obtaining this wizard that you're seeking.
Ah, yes, Cochet.
My name is Pyron, and I just want to introduce myself.
Byron, it
I
is a
am.
pleasure to meet you, and I am sure that you will be an asset. That was
While I'm
asset, not asshat, in case you didn't understand. It's difficult to distinguish, but
okay.
I mean, I'm
just
sure
out
you're
of
an asshat
curiosity.
too, but
Common is
Well.
my second language.
So I am familiar with this individual that you are seeking, and I am curious, how did he escape to begin with?
He was apparently given some water that allowed him to escape his imprisonment.
I see.
Yeah, shitty walls.
That's most unfortunate.
It is
Shitty
rather
walls.
unfortunate. Yes, apparently he was contained behind glass instead of behind something that would prevent him from speaking with people, which was also rather an unfortunate choice.
I see. I see.
I
Well,
don't
it's
know
a
why
pleasure to
the
meet you.
room. I don't know why the room that they like have people hold like just sit in is next door to the room where he was kept.
And that is immediately adjacent to the throne room. It seems like some poor planning, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have like dungeons, like basements for that kind of thing, but
apparently not.
I guess keep your friends close and your
um.
enemies closer. I don't know.
Space is at a
There you go.
premium.
Yeah. So, Steven, just so you know, like while I'm in your presence, you feel like a cold draft coming by. So, just something to pick up on.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the others, introduce myself, and
Indeed, no, it is a pleasure, and I look forward to spending time with you and getting to know you a little better.
just out of curiosity, when are you planning to head out?
I believe that I have a short performance that is due in payment, but after that, I don't see any reason we would hang about.
Very well. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to introduce myself to the others. Jason, I'm going to you next.
Okay. I'm a tiny little gnome carrying a battle axe that's way too big for me.
Yeah.
Chewing on
And
some jerky.
they're all close enough. You can probably knock out 3 birds with
Okay.
1 stone there.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. So, like I said, I would like to introduce myself. I am Pyron. I am offering my assistance in capturing this wizard, and please let me know if there's anything I could do to help.
well, Pyron, what do you do? Do you fight? Do you cast magic? I didn't ask literally any of the other guys because I forgot to do that. So I'm going to interrogate you because you're in front of me.
Fair question. I am a native to this area, and to this world. Actually, I'm a native from
What do
a
you do?
different
I live
plane,
here.
and yeah. So I have some insight on the local stuff, but yes, I am very capable with magic.
I like it.
All right. Any
I hit
other
things.
what does Morkrom have to say about anything?
I'm basically just introduce myself as I'm Mork and he's Crom. 'Cause that's
This-
not
Hey,
Does Crom offer any
nope, no explanation whatsoever.
Yep, just confusing as hell.
That's fabulous.
nice to meet you both.
Jerky.
Thank you.
Go through all the rations.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll pass.
It's okay. It's division.
These ones, the not short ones, they're long division.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 1 second. I'm typing something out to someone here and I cannot spell.
Going to write it anyway.
Uh, uh, yeah.
Oh, because we're probably not gonna,
Okay, here we go.
and I don't have a way to do it. I put in the chat. If you guys wanted to listen to a Bell cover of the song, it is in chat.
Very cool.
Okay.
I would play that for everybody, but I don't know how to do that here. So
I don't either. It's
yeah, I might figure that out at some point so that when you drop cool stuff, I can throw it
Watch
in
live
as
and
your
local
actual
news
performance.
on a variety of networks
okay.
with
When we
YouTube
figure that out, we
TV.
can do it for Alma too.
Try it free.
But that's
That's
All right,
fair.
so
I'll
just
start.
That's fair. Good deal. So yeah, I messaged you back something with yours.
yeah.
So you have all made introductions and whatnot. A little like kind of paper satchel of components is floating down back towards you at this point. And you hear the schnauzer following behind the pitter patter, and you kind of see his grumpy old face like looking at you. Kind of he looks disturbed that you have upset his slumber. He kind of at you as she hands you the spell component pouch, and I have not looked to see what those components would normally cost you, but I'm going to say that you gave her the gold when you gave her the list because you know kind of roughly what it would end up being. She gives you some change because things are a little cheaper here.
Okay.
You don't really completely know why, but
Hey.
yeah.
It's like, okay, so this is everything on your list. I added a little bit of extra incense there. I think that should have you good. Do you have anything else that you needed from me? Anything I can help you with?
I don't think so. I think that's everything I needed. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now with you
Do you
lot,
want a piercing too?
me?
Sure, you can have one as well.
I mean, my ears are already pierced. You probably can't tell that right now, but I already have pierced ears. I'm good. I'm good.
What
Thank you.
about the blue guy?
Means you still got spots.
Why?
Um,
Why do you have piercings?
what? Why do I have piercings? I use enchanted jewelry pretty frequently. Yeah.
Call it.
Well,
I see.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no, you don't.
but thank you for offering. I think. Anyway, if I could think that I might be able to get my hands on some other, maybe more powerful things that might be more useful to you later, but it could take a while. I could I could give you something so that you could get in touch with me and vice versa. If you would like, you could just keep it in a bag or something like that. Pretty much, I could leave you a message in it, and you can check it, and you can talk back to me and leave me a message in it. It's not quite as good as the jewelry stuff that you guys have together, but I could at least let you know if I find something that I think you might like.
perfect.
Is she saying that to anybody in particular or just to the whole group?
You can't tell.
That'd be
right.
most
No, I can't.
appreciative. Thank you very much.
Okay. So are you with them?
Of course, you can't really see who she's gesturing to, but you probably can assume that it's the new guy.
Um, for now, yes, I am.
Oh, okay, okay. Who is the leader here?
Oh. Uh,
If there's not one, that's fine too, I suppose. I just wasn't sure who to give this to.
I think that would be Thea. I think
I'll
that is wise.
take those.
Alright.
sure.
Oh,
That's
okay,
me.
him. So
take
she's handing you a red rock
Okay.
that has some different sigils carved into it. And she kind of says something really dorky into hers, which you can't see right now because she keeps it on her person all the time. So she says something into it, and she's pretty much like,
This is Billy Tavi Goriana.
over, and you hear this little ping go off in yours.
You have one new message.
Pretty much.
So I'm gonna hold it up and sort of find the spot that I need to press and press on it.
And it spits out the same thing right back at you.
And then I'm gonna flip it and find the record button. Message received. Ding.
You hear this message received.
Just like that. And this works over pretty wide distances. So as long as you're not going to be leaving Smara anytime soon, it should cover the entirety of Smara.
I don't think that's gonna be an issue.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. But yeah, this plane should be pretty well covered. So yeah, that way I can do some hunting and maybe go here and there and a little bit of everywhere and see if any of my sisters have any cool things that I can pick up for you and help you out.
Excellent. That is very much appreciated.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you all
Is there?
wait. So
Get-
I was going to ask. So they all have jewelry that they can communicate with. Is that correct?
all of you? Yes. Wait. Wait. I haven't given you one. That's right. Sorry. My bad. Do you need one? Because I have one.
Well, given where we're about to go and who we're up against, I believe it might be most useful.
Okay, so this is like earring sized. I can either put it in your ear, I can put it in your nose. I could believe this size. I could probably do an eyebrow if you wanted. Much beyond that, we would have to go with something different. This is probably too small for anything much bigger.
He's good there.
It's definitely too small.
It's fine. There's nothing bigger.
It's definitely too small.
I mean, if you had something else in mind, I could probably makeshift some way to like fasten this onto something else. But I don't.
And like then you just hear her cut off very promptly.
Never mind. Never mind.
I think an earring would be just fine. Thank you.
Okay, good.
you see the a little pin come out and go red hot again and cool down, and you just feel this little prick, and she tucks the earring into your ear right behind it. Bada boom!
Thank you,
You
ma'am.
can now freely message between one another. You're still limited to 25 words, but you can message back and forth pretty well as you want. It's going to end up being, I think those are 5 times a day.
Is it like a direct message to one other person, or is it like everybody in the group hears the message?
Are we using the broadcast channel?
You can actually say if you want it to go to everyone. They are all connected. So if you would like, they can go to everyone, but you can specify going to a specific person.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I would like to, when I do that, roll to see if I can figure out how to actually send it to an individual person and who that person is going to be.
Yes.
Just because it is a magical item and I probably don't really know how to use it.
So you want to do an intelligence save when those come up?
Sure.
Okay. For Jason.
And you said it's 5 uses per day?
Yeah, we'll do 5 charges. Yeah. So yeah, you've got. Thanks, Steven. Just look over and like every now and then just see this message. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, you guys are well equipped now. You've got some bizarre stuff in your inventory to use. And you've kind of sort of made a new friend, maybe ish. Sorta, kinda.
I look at the rest of the group.
Acquaintance.
All right.
We concluded our business.
I believe so. Although I would love to hear your song. I think you were gonna play something for me.
Indeed. So he walks over in front of the bells and he's got them arranged and he begins to play. And as he does, he's humming along. and you can tell there is a similar quality that the bells have to when he's playing on his shoulder, but there is some like resonance difference. It is not nearly as upbeat as the version that I sent to you all, but it is essentially what I sent to you all. It's actually a Russian folk song. It's called Katyusha, and it's got like a haunting quality to it. Oh, interesting note. This actually was a piece that was written about World War II.
I
Huh.
If that
think I've
makes a
heard this
difference.
song.
Let's see. How far after World War II was it written?
Let me
Because you're
double check.
you're two, not one, right?
Nope, one.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Let's see. Sorry, I apologize. I
So
didn't.
Paul probably wouldn't recognize the song.
No,
Okay,
probably
that's
not.
fair.
No, this would have
Yeah.
been farther after. But yeah, that she listens in to the music that you're playing and just really kind of gets taken away by it. You can't see that she's taken away by it, but you can kind of hear like a little in the floor
Actually,
where
so
she's
so
playing.
I imagine that the concentration would end because he's focused on this. So
That makes sense. That makes sense. So like she thinks she's still invisible, and you like the spell drops, and she's just like standing there swaying back and forth with this big dumb smile on her face, with her eyes closed, so she doesn't realize that she's visible again. Roll me a performance check.
I actually gave the wrong number. I actually got a plus 11 for performance.
Oh, jeez, man.
Okay.
Bards, dude.
Bards.
29.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, she is loving it. Like she kind of dances a little bit. It's really like awkward but kind of adorable at the same time. And you can absolutely tell that she has no idea that anybody can see her right now. Partially because her own eyes are closed for the majority of it. But yeah, she's just kind of like lilting back and forth on her feet and does a little twirl now and then when it seems like an appropriate time in the music, and just really enjoying it very much. When it gets to the end, she just like starts applauding wildly.
That was so good. I like that so much. You're really good.
Thank you.
Would you ever consider maybe giving live performances? We like clear out some space, have some chairs, have some people come in, charge for tickets.
I would be happy to.
That would be fabulous. I mean, it sounds like what you're doing right now is probably, but when you're done, you should come back.
I will do that. Thank you.
That makes me happy.
She kind of like perks up and wiggles her shoulders a little bit.
Well, if that's all, then I guess I will let you get upon your way. But yeah, if you have any needs at all that I can help with, you just send me a message and I will find a way to make it work.
Excellent. We will do so.
Thank you.
Can
And-
I draw those components for you? I don't want to leave without.
That's right. That's right. So I have a list, and I have some pictures. I feel like it might take you a minute. So how about we say, can we do this as an IOU so I don't hold you up too much? Because it's kind of a long list of stuff, and I don't want you to take too terribly long out of what you're doing, because, again, what you're doing is kind of important. So
Sure.
if you don't mind, I have this little band, and I can tie it around your arm. And
Oh, no.
it's just
No.
Hold on. What exactly are the terms of this?
so pretty much as long, like, I'm not going to put a time limit per se on this. Like, I'm going to say like 10 years so that it's not a big deal.
I'm required to put something in the blank. It just is one of those things. But pretty much it just ensures that you're going to fill your end of the deal when you have a chance.
Okay.
Or you lose your arm.
Yeah.
What if I die? Like, do you own my soul or something like that?
Oh goodness, no, that's not. I mean, if you die, you just go back to where you belong anyway. So
Okay. Insight
you
check.
should be good. So
This
yeah.
makes me nervous.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. But don't worry. Like, I feel like if 10 years is not enough for you to wrap up what you're doing, we're probably all going to be having a really, really bad time anyway. And you're probably not going to be needing that arm.
Fair enough.
But if something
Got
happens
a
and you
point.
just can't do it too, you can just
Yeah.
come back and I can, I can erase the contract if I need to. You just have to get back to me. I don't have any
Fair enough.
malice with this. I just, also want to see it happen at some point, right?
Sure.
Just a reminder.
Uh,
Just think of it as a reminder. It's fine.
Okay. I'll take it. And then because I already got the paints out, I will draw her a cinnamon stick. And maybe you can use that. I don't know.
And I mean, you would have the list of components she needs on there. So some things, like, you could probably knock out a couple on the list before you head out. But it's a significant list. Like, she thought about all the things that she has needed in the past 3 months that she hasn't been able to get a hold of and wrote them all down. So she doesn't expect it to be all in one fell swoop. All right.
For me. And
Cool. We ready to
how
go?
much transcription ink did she give me?
So with that, she would have given you, I don't know how, as far as that goes, like, what did you need?
So I need 50 per spell that I learn. 50 gold pieces of ink worth for each spell that I can learn.
Okay, so there's probably like a good 3 spells out of that.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, if that gets you set, then I hope that you have very, very safe and happy travel.
You too. And say bye to the voice thing as well, wherever that person went.
What? Say that again.
It's
You know,
fine.
the voice that was here.
Okay.
So I'm going to gather up all the stuff that she gave us, and I'm going to start heading out. Many thanks, and I'm going to start walking back towards the wagon.
And I will be one step behind Paul to make sure he doesn't catch Axe on a stair and fall backwards.
Paul, roll me a dex check.
Oh, that was not too bad. Just a standard check. That's a
Yeah.
non-natural 20.
Oh yeah, he's actually really sure-footed right now. Maybe there was something in that jerky. Maybe it was the speed.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. He's looking mighty fine right now.
I give a bow and I head back up.
She kind of looks at you awkwardly and curtsies.
Oh, thank you. You all have a wonderful day. Come again. Tell your friends. Thanks a lot.
I'm just going to wave at her as we get to the door. On the way out, it looks as though Teffin sort of fits through the door a lot better than he did coming in.
Huh.
You like night bust it?
Yeah, a
I
little
like
bit.
that.
It's like,
That's kind of awesome. All right. So you have successfully made it through your shopping alive. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah, kind of went off the rails very quickly there.
shopping trips always do.
I love shopping trips.
So
Oh, that was fabulous.
so when we get back to the wagon, I'm going to reach down to the stairs that lead up into the back, and I'm going to sort of flip them around. I'm going to take out the door handle, put it in, turn it, open the door. And those of you who were here before, looking in, that is not the same room that you guys were in before. And I'm going to put all of the goods in there, close the door, take the handle out, flip the stairs, put the handle back in, and it's the same room that you guys were in before.
Huh.
That's so nifty.
That is a
Oh.
neat trick.
Tefan,
Yes?
perhaps this time I will ride in the back, in a supervisory role.
That would be appreciated.
I
So-
apologize.
Don't worry about fixing the lock. I'll get to that. But thank you.
There's something I should know about?
No.
Hooligans.
So, is anybody sitting up front with Tefan this time?
Well, my question is, what direct, like, which way are we going? Like, do we even know where the wizard is?
I was wondering if anybody was going to get to that point. at
Yeah,
any point
like
in time.
what? Because we know
I
what
got us to the
direction
store.
he flew into.
The
We
dwarf
saw
seemed
what
to know where he was
direction he
going, so
flew
I didn't
to.
ask.
You did see the general direction that he was going.
Right. So I've got a sort of a direction. Do I know anything? Do I know enough about where we are to know what's out that direction?
Hey,
Yeah,
native dude, you know the guy, right? The kosher dude.
I am aware of him.
So you, Nate, would know that if this is Koshe, his end game goal would either require him to go up or to go all the way down.
Hmm.
Probably your bet is up.
Gosh dang it.
This
You
is
know
the
what?
problem when you know some of the rest of the backstories.
So I roll the dice, even or odds. I'm gonna suggest that we go up.
So
Well-
again, knowing the direction that he flew off, is that something that makes logical sense?
No, not right now.
Okay.
He carried off Ivan. And now you guys have not discussed that with this newcomer. Up doesn't make sense for a couple of reasons right now. A, he was going very much sideline. He would have been going towards what if you look at the map, he would be going to that larger circle with the wall and the Emerald City.
Okay.
He would have been heading so pretty much south from LaFerrin and carrying his capture with him.
Okay.
The second problem with that is that you would have to have some things changed if you were going to try to go up, because you have been bound to this plane.
Right.
That's right.
So you would know, Nate, that the reason he would want to go up, while part of some of the lore of this world, is not really commonly known. It's not
Okay.
it's not common knowledge, and where stories are told about it, it's generally accepted more as myth. So
Okay. I will ride up front with Teflon, and I will suggest that I know where he's headed, but he has to go a different way to get there.
Well, I know he was headed south, so I was planning to go
Well,
that direction.
I know where he's going to be, where he's going to end up,
Well, that's helpful.
but he can't get there directly.
Okay,
Okay.
so we're
Okay.
going south. Yes.
We should probably head south then.
Okay. Everyone,
Yep.
everyone in the cart, and we will head south.
All right.
And I'll walk
So
around
you
to the
guys-
front, and I'll shift it out of park.
Oh, that's your safety mechanism. Is it's a manual.
And then then I will head us out onto the road heading south. Assuming there is a road heading south.
There is a road. There aren't a lot of major cities here. There are a few communities spread out between the big city and the port.
Mhm.
But you would know that this whole area, like you and like I'm trying to remember. I guess really the only people that wouldn't know this yet would be Paul, Eden, and Thea, because you came from below. But this particular realm is kind of built on several discs, and they are not connected by standard means. So to get from one to the other, one will have to do some creative navigating in some way or another. So
Where we're
there is a
going, you don't need roads.
there is a port to the south of this particular disc. So you would be traveling through a reasonably heavily forested area towards the end and make it to the port of Ur. And you know, Tefan, excuse me, as well as many of the locals, you would know that this port is for airships.
Okay.
So that is going to be the direction that you head.
Yep, that is going to be the direction we head. You said there were some small settlements along the way.
Yeah, there are a few little places that
Okay.
are mainly residential, other than like your standard like food markets run by the locals who are growing things, stuff like that. No major industry or whatnot, just little residential settlements here and there along some of the more fertile areas.
Okay. As we go, I'll probably be making a point to ask if anyone has seen anything flying overhead in the last day or two.
Okay.
I'll
Let
sit up
me-
front and help.
So we've got 3 of you guys up front. Awesome.
Yeah, but one of us is very small, so
That's
You're in the
awesome.
middle of the tail seat.
Yep. You've got that weird little awkward lump in the middle of the floorboard there.
yeah. Anybody looking up just sees like a battle axe just sticking up in the middle of the two.
Oh my gosh. So the villagers you gather are probably not the most perceptive in the world. They have not noticed much of anything, but to their credit, there have been some storms blow through and whatnot. So
Okay.
if they were high enough in the clouds, might not have actually come into play anyway. So
are we engaging them? Like, are you are we stopping and asking them? Or
That's how
like,
I
how's
do
that
that.
working? Because I'm going to be a little aggressive in my questioning. So
probably not so much stopping if I can, unless we're passing somebody going the other direction, might slow down a little bit, but not stopping. Just going to ask, if they've seen anything fly by overhead. Since I'm getting a whole lot of didn't really see anything, then I'm just going to keep going with the direction that we had to start with, because right now it's all we got.
Anytime he asks someone that, like, I want to intimidate them to be like, "Where'd Kosher go?"
Um, so roll me an intimidation. Just generally.
22.
They are incredibly intimidated and they still don't know.
Wow.
Like, I don't know, I'm so sorry. Like you make like a poor lady cry. She's just absolutely horrified that she can't help you, and she's scared that she won't be able to tell you the things that you need to know, and she just kind of breaks down and cries a little bit. It's
I don't think she knows where he went.
I gathered that much. Thank you.
No problem. Happy to help.
is what kind of shenaniganery is going on in the back this go round?
Oh,
there-
sorry, in the back.
We said
Yeah.
there's no windows or anything, right? So we have no idea what's going on.
Well, there
Yep.
would be. I think you said that. Did you?
Well, I
you
mean, there's
estimate the
the
window.
there's the window in the back,
Mm-hmm.
in the back
Okay.
door.
Excuse me.
Um,
Yeah. So
well,
What's
there's
I
like
don't
that
the
part.
what's the audio, like what's the like perception situation for people in the, because obviously whatever you've got going on in this like cart is some magical extra stuff. Are they able to like hear us on outside, or is there no like transfer of audio between the two kind of spaces?
No, yeah, they can still hear out. Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious if they were hearing me like screaming at folks, or if they were just
Oh,
like in there
oh yeah.
not hearing anything. Okay.
Yeah. So you do at least hear that Paul is being incredibly intimidating, very effectively. To
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, go for it.
I was just gonna say, so in the back, I sent y'all a picture on Hangouts, or not Hangouts, sorry, Messenger. But there's a big, well, I think mural almost, and it is sort of concave, so it looks as though you are looking into this. And Eden has sort of cast this major image on the back of the where the window would be. So it's almost like a reflection of a beautiful dark night sky with stars and things reflecting off of a lake. And he just says, "This is home. So tell me about yourselves. Where are you all from? Why are you here?"
Home. Where is this?
It is a lake. It's near where I grew up.
It's very beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you answer him and tell?
Oh, sorry. I guess there's more. Where am I from? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if we like picked a town or how that works with like.
Well, that kind of
Neverwonder.
depends. Yeah, that sort of depends on what you would be willing to tell him. If you want to talk about your other self, your other where you're from, then
Okay.
you
So
can.
I'm aware of my other self then.
Yes, some people
Okay.
are not or choose not to be.
Okay.
But you can be if you want to be. If you would prefer to forget that part when you're here, then you can pretty much claim a place that you would know. And if that's the case, I can kind of give you some options there.
Okay. Yeah, I would claim a place that I know.
Okay. For what you are doing, having been kind of put into the heartland, I am going to say very likely you would have started actually in the Burrow Toves, which would have been like a really enchanted forest kind of area. A lot of really good fodder, lots of things that you could use for your job.
Okay.
And some really big differences to what you would normally experience in a normal wood.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry, it was called the Burrow.
the Borrow Toves, so Borrow, Toves, Toves.
I'm from the Burrow Toves because I know where that
See,
is.
it is a beautiful place.
Lots
So
of
what
trees.
brings you here?
I work for Morpheus, the god of dreams. And I go out and adventure and experience all that the world has. And I write dreams for him to give to other people.
That is very interesting. And yeah,
No,
what is your story?
I am Mort. It's hard to explain. Oh, and everybody just changed.
Our Brady Bunch got really, really weird there for a second.
Yeah.
So,
Nate, Lucy is headed your way, by the by.
What was
so
that?
now?
Nate, Lucy is headed your way, by the by.
Oh, I see you. Yeah.
We sort of let the ferrets free range, and I kind of forgot that they were out for a minute.
Would you like me to grab Philippe? He has come out finally.
I don't think that anything's open that they can get into, so they should probably be okay to wander a bit. We need
Would
to
you like me
clean
to
the
close the bathroom door?
Nah. They'll probably get to the trash can, but it's okay.
We will hear that
Sorry.
if they do.
Yeah, we'll fix it. And so Crom,
So what?
Mork rather, did you do you elaborate any on that, or do you just say it's complicated?
Well, so being that he just kind of came into existence from his state of mind, he doesn't really know where he's from. So yeah, he's just gonna leave it at that.
And you? Oh wait, you're up front. You're up front. It's just us in the back.
Yeah.
So, what about you? You've showed us where you're from, but what do you do?
What do I do? I am a performer. I suppose I should be more forthright. I apologize. I am used to sort of keeping things close to the chest, as it were. I am a servant of the goddess. It is my duty to right wrongs, as it were. Those who have evaded their death, they are here past their time. It is my purpose to rectify that. Couché is my target currently. It was convenient that we happened onto him in such a fashion, though it would have been perhaps more convenient had he stayed immobile. But it is what it is, I suppose.
Well,
I don't know if I have introduced myself. My name is Eden.
yeah, we might have skipped that part earlier. I don't know. I'm Thea.
I don't remember. It's been a long day. And you are?
Me?
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. I'm Thea.
It's a beautiful name.
Well, thank you.
A little bit difficult to say.
Yeah, accent's hard on some people.
Those TH sounds are rough.
Mm.
Excuse me. Anything else from the back?
Did you say you just said that you work for the goddess? Is that what you
Mhm.
called her, or did the sound cut out?
Oh yeah, just the goddess is what he
Okay.
refers to her as.
So
Nate, Philippe just headed up the stairs towards you.
Yeah, so
would I know who that is?
Here, people usually refer to the goddess. The So your boss would have told you that this is a world that is governed by his youngest sister, Delirium. That is who most of the locals call the goddess.
Okay.
So it's probably a decent assumption that that's who he means.
Also an incorrect assumption, but
Yes.
he's not gonna fix that.
Ah. Okay.
Was an intentional misdirect on his part. So yeah. One might assume that he works for Delirium directly.
Around what time is it, like, at this point? Like, are we getting into the evening?
You're probably beginning to, like, after the day's travel, because it'll take probably another half day to get to the port. You've probably traveled a good chunk of the day, at least what chunk of the day was not taken up by breaking into walls and the murder of a queen, and then a shopping trip gone very awry. So yeah, you're working your way in towards evening.
Okay.
In which case, I will be looking for a likely place to pull off and set up camp.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception.
can I help?
Sure.
So that'll be advantage then.
Yeah.
Unless you both want to roll it, or
I
all
would
three
like
of
to
you want to
roll a
roll it.
perception
Whatever.
just to look.
Go for it.
Oh,
I
crap.
got
Okay.
+4, so
I mean, I rolled a natural 18, so
Oh, nice.
yeah.
So what does that make it, like 17?
No, it's an 18 because I'm a gnome. All my bad stats are just a standard 0 now.
Okay. Well, your 18 beats my 7.
Oof.
oh.
Even with advantage?
Even with it was 7 both times.
I
I
sleep.
hate
I
it when
sleep
that happens.
outside a lot, so this is not new to me to look for places to sleep.
Okay.
So yeah, you're actually able to find a really, really good little spot. It's kind of surprising, Teffin. You totally missed it. You just look right over it, and Paul manages to see a really awesome little clearing that has some good cover around it.
Oh.
Like it would be a pretty good spot to set up without having to worry too much about some of the issues that would normally go along with camping in the wilderness. So yeah.
Oh, well, good eyes there. And I will
Well done.
set about pulling the wagon into that clearing and getting us ready for the evening.
Perfect. And I feel like that's probably a good place to stop before anything has a chance to attack and then have to hit. Oh, what you want to do? Go for it. It's fine.
So Eden will go ahead and set up. He draws with his foot a large circle, roughly 10 feet in diameter. He again starts playing his bells quietly, and some 10, 15 minutes later, there's a dome of just like greenish, like a dark, think like forest green that pops up. If you would like, I have set up a place that will be safe for us to sleep for the night. And for Danny, that's Liamon's tiny hut.
Yeah, perfect. Great. Excellent. So yeah, he has set up this really cool little bubble, guys. Are you gonna take him up on it?
I have a bed.
I
Oh,
mean,
in the wagon.
In the wagon. I've got
How
to do
big is it?
dwarf size.
I think I'll
The
pass.
bed or the hut?
I like that. It's like I'll pass. He didn't offer.
Yeah, I wasn't offering at all.
So Paul's probably seen this before as well.
Yeah, and this is something you're kind of used to with Paul too. Like he has a thing where like he doesn't at the end of the night he sleeps in the hut, but he won't like he doesn't really socialize too much in the evening. He kind of like goes off in a little distance and sits alone. And Eden would have heard this song before, especially being a bard. But there's a few different like songs he kind of mumbles and sings under his breath that you recognize just from being around him and having heard him over time. But I don't think anybody else would recognize these particular songs, would they, Danny?
Probably not. No, they would
Okay.
be a little bit of a different time period there.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. So yeah, so
Which songs are you thinking?
well, the one he's singing kind of right now is "It's a Long Way to Tipperary." So
Gotcha.
it's just
So,
some
yeah,
like
there's
soldier like tunes that So he just kind of, but he does it like under his breath, and it's not something that you guys don't even, anybody who's perceptive doesn't even think that he's like really aware that he's doing it. It's just kind of like something he just does.
That's cool. Anybody else doing anything before you settle in for the night? We'll do watches next time, but any nighttime rituals, any nighttime conversations, anything you want to have beforehand? And Jeff,
I'm gonna.
Grom is slapping. Excuse me. Rom is kind of like smacking Crom over here.
Stop hitting
So
yourself.
you're having
Stop
a
hitting
fight with yourself?
Yes.
No,
He's not sure who he'll wake up as in the morning, so he's kind of like, wondering if he's gonna, he's like, I'm gonna mess with him a little bit. So.
That's fabulous.
Since I assume no one else did, the very first thing once everyone's out of the wagon, I'm gonna start putting stuff back where it goes, and then I'm also going to take time to repair the latch that got broken.
That's good call. Good call. Thea, you had something?
I'm going to spend 2 hours and 50 gold pieces worth of the ink to learn a new spell. I don't know which one yet, but
Okay, you can let me know,
Mhm.
and we'll go from there. Fabulous. Anything on your end, Nate?
No, I still don't really know them, so I'm not going to talk to them a whole lot about myself or anything like that. So I'm just kind of enjoying the night air.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody has anything extra to add next go round, if you think of anything between now and then that you want to do before you bed down, that is just fine. But we will go ahead and leave it there for the night and pick back up next time.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Everybody have fun?
Yeah, it was a bit a ridiculous shopping experience for sure.
I love shopping. It always turns into something crazy.
You're
You never
not
just go
wrong.
to the store and is like, I need 3 healing potions and some ink. Bye.
I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording here.
Okay, that works.